Hey YouTube, this is Kazeel. Welcome back to another episode of Age of Engineering. Yeah, so today guys, we have the goal of making two electric heaters, two blast furnaces, blast furnaces, a electric smelter, and a an extractor. So the purpose of all these things is the blast furnaces are to make steel. The electric furnace is to prevent me from having to do this kind of crazy junk over here. And then the extractor is to help make more rubber out of our resin. So, as promised, in this chest here is the answer to all of that. So I'm going to let you pause the video if you want and fill up your chest with these items before we get started in today's episode. If you have done that and are ready to go, let's get into it. So we want to make the electric smelter, electric furnace. Did I just call it something it wasn't? Electric furnace, yes. Okay, so this thing is really simple, right? It's just an iron furnace, a electronic circuit, and 2 redstone. You've seen me make all of these before, so I did not take into account the 2 redstone. My bad. I had two left over in my inventory, and I'm like, what in the world are these for? So yeah. So these are these are the pieces we need to make our electric furnace. Really, really simple. Something we could have done a little while ago, probably, and been better off for it. Okay. So, another thing that I did, you'll notice I have 2 bat boxes back here. 2 of them are full. And then I have 2 generators. So these generators are both plugged in together. So like let's say this one is empty of fuel and this one's still running. This one can still fill both bat boxes because all the cables run together. Kind of an ingenious design. No, I'm just kidding. And then on the other side here, both bat boxes are side by side, both pointing into this cable line. So if one is empty, the other one can pick up and it can go in any direction. Kind of handy. The goal here is that we make a something called, we'll do this at the end of the episode. I didn't put the items together for it because I just thought about it just now. We want to make 4 of these. Yes, 4 of those. We need one in here. The upgrade's going to go here, and so what's going to happen is as this macerates, the items are going to be auto-ejected into the nearest available inventory, which is going to be here, and those are going to be smelted down. Yes. Let's hope that that is how that works. Next thing on the list is I want to go ahead and make the extractor. Now the extractor is also very simple to make. So it's just a machine casing, one of the electric furnaces, and then 4 of these tree taps. And just to remind you what that tree tap recipe looks like, it's just 5 planks in this pattern here. And they need to be 100%. They can't be used at all. Yes, just like that. And we are going to take this and stick this over here. That's going to get filled up with energy. And now we can stick our resin in here instead of a furnace. And we'll get 3 resin per 3 rubber per resin. Yeah, pretty awesome. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to make the electric heaters. We're going to need 2 of these, right? So I put together all the items we need for this. I went ahead and made the batteries. Went ahead and made the electric circuits because you've seen me make those before. I haven't made the iron item casing, but it's just like all the other item casings. You just put it through the metal former again. You have not seen me make a heat conductor. That's this thing here. Also, I did not put together the items that need to go inside this, which is okay. We'll do all that together here. Hopefully it won't be too slow. Okay, so those heat conductor, you just saw me make them just there. It's the, right down the middle here was the copper plates, and then on the sides was 6 rubber, one in each on the sides there. Okay, so the heat conductor is going to go on the bottom, the electric circuit's going to go in the middle, battery on top, and then there's going to be the item casing on the side. Now, what you want to do is, if you have it set up just like mine, this won't be too bad to put down. And I'll show you kind of how to do it, but if you get it wrong, it's good to have this wrench on you, because you can turn these machines like you did, like I showed you how to do with the bat boxes. But what we're going to do is we're going to I'm just going to steal this as a little ladder. Okay, we're going to look straight down, and we want this orange square to be pointing up. Okay, so what this is going to do is it's going to accept power through the cables, and it's going to output heat up this square, orange square, just like that. Okay. Oop. Shoot. Okay. So next thing on the list is, now that we have the electric heater, that was actually kind of expensive to make, and actually no, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. The most expensive thing we've had to make so far is the rolling machine. Not the rolling machine, the metal former. This thing was super duper expensive, so be real careful when you're moving that around. You do not want to break that. Okay, the next thing on the list is the blast furnace. Now this is going to let us go into the next age. So let me make this again. We're going to need 2 of these one more time, just like that. And we're going to need the basic machine casing in the middle, the heat conductor on the bottom, and then we're going to make the blast furnace. Now you see, if you remember the recipe for the other one, the heat conductor is kind of on the end, just like it was on here, and that was on purpose. It's kind of clever. So let's see if we can do this right. No, shoot. Okay, so I just shift clicked until it gave it to me. We're gonna need to put something else up there, or we can jump up there ourselves. Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll just spin it around. Okay, so we're going to put this so it's facing up, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take our wrench, shift right click on here, and it's going to face it straight down. Okay, we're going to do the same thing over here. Shift right click, and that should face it down. It does. Perfect. Okay, so now let me show you how to use these things. We're going to need something called coil. This thing right here. Okay, so it's going to be, we've made these before. We made 3 of these for the metal former. So let's make 4 of those now. So we're going to need 8 copper cables per thing. So that's 32 copper cables. Do I have enough? Let's see. 5 will give me 30. There we go. That'll be more than I need. And then we'll need 4 iron ingots. Okay, great. So, oh, and then let's also, while we're here, let's get what we need for this. So I need 4 pistons. I don't believe the recipe for pistons has changed. No. So 4 pistons. It's going to be 2 more of those. 4 of those. Let's see. 16 of these. Okay. That is that is not what I meant to do. There we go. And then we're gonna need 12 wood planks. Okay, so then each of these requires 4 tin plates. So let's grab in here. This is gonna be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay. So 4 times 4 is 16. Yeah, that'll work out. Okay. Just it's late again. I've been kind of recording 2 episodes a day for a while, and it's been kind of exciting. So I'm gonna let these cook up. These are kind of slow, but man, that looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? We've come a long way, I feel, and we're still in the industrial age. We're still in age 1. So yeah, let's take a look in here. We aren't anywhere close to being done with this age though, because we still need to make universal fluid cells for these. Let's go grab what we need for that as well. So it's more tin casing and glass. Tin item casing is what it is. So yeah. So each of these is going to give me 4. So basically, each ore is going to give me 1 can. So let's just do that for now. And then I need, actually, let's do 16 of them, because when you make glass panes from glass, you get 16 of them. So let's just go ahead and make all 16. But anyway, I'm going to cook all of this up. I'm going to turn these into what I need to turn them into, turn these what I need to turn these into, and yeah, we'll do that here right now. The magic is in process, actually. And my cat is again on my lap, just a heads up on that. I hope you don't mind. She's adorable. She loves YouTube, just like me. Okay, so, so let's make our, wait, that way. Let's make our pistons, and then we'll put our pistons here, and our items here. Okay, that'll make our 4 ejector upgrades. So now watch this. I put this here. It's going to auto dump into the furnace. Pretty awesome. The only thing that can go in here are the coils, so it's not going to auto dump this direction. It's only going to ever dump there. Okay, so then we want to have one here, we want to have one here, and we want to have one here. Now, the thing is, this is going to be producing steel and slag. So it is possible for either steel or slag to be ejected into the compressor, which will do nothing except gum up the whole system. I don't know a way to get around that. There is an advanced ejector upgrade that we don't seem to have a recipe to. Can't seem to do anything with it. And I don't think that there is a way to filter this. So if I right click on here, it's not like I can filter it or anything. Yeah. So we're just going to have to keep our eye on this. We may have to manage it more than we want to. This works flawlessly though. That's going to be a wonderful thing. And we're going to take these and just huck them in there. And I'll keep working. Oh, let's see. I do have the 4 heated coils, or coils made. So now how this works is you have to have at least 1 in here for the electricity to start generating, for the electric heater to start turning EU into heat. And it does it faster the more coils you have in here. So if you have all 10 of these filled with coils, it's going to heat up this blast furnace really rapidly. It's going to drain all of your EU doing so, but it will heat it up. And this is only going to heat up once you put in iron to be changed into steel, and it has the the pressurized air that we're going to be making. So let's put 2 of these in here for now. That's going to activate those, and it's going to be turning, it's going to transfer at the rate of 20. I don't know what the max is up here, what you need to heat, but anyway. So we're just waiting on these to be turned into all of the item casings, and yeah, those will be done here in just a second. All right, those are done. Now we can make our universal cable fluid cells. So how this works is you want to stick these fluid cells into this compressor and just let them go. And since I have the ejector upgrade in here, I'm curious to see how this is going to work. If it's going to be like a round robin type thing, if it's just going to be completely random. So what we should see is, yeah, this number stay the same. So what happened was is it popped into here, got used, and then this ejector upgrade stuck it right back in here. So now I'm curious to see whether this one's going to go over here or if it's going to go back in here. So the idea is that we want to try and keep, ideally we should have probably 2 stacks of these made, plus 1. And then 1 would just always stay in here, or maybe plus 2. And then as soon as 1 was used, it'd make another one. And just keep these full all the time. Yeah, so it went back over here. Maybe it'll fill this one up entirely before it goes to the other one. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so now that we have air in here, slowly getting larger, we're full on power. Let's make some iron and make ourselves some steel. Now I made 2 of those because making steel is remarkably slow. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of it. And I'll tell you why here in a second. So let's get these macerating, and then we'll go back to the guide and take a plan, take a gander about what we're going to want to do next. Okay, so let's read through this paragraph and make sure that we've gotten everything here. Yes, we've gotten that. Okay. Alright, after you've got your first steel ingot, you should be able to go to the nether. It is not required to progress to the next age, but going to the nether enables you to craft blast bricks for the blast furnace from Immersive Engineering. The blast furnace is built similar. The blast furnace from Immersive Engineering is built similar to the coke oven, so you'll need 27 blocks and makes steel faster and is easier to maintain. Yes. Keep the IC2 blast furnace running while you're in the nether, as you need a lot of slag to craft those bricks. That's the last line in this age. Okay, so if I go back to JEI here and I type in blast furnace, or just blast, this is the brick we're looking for here. We need 27 of these. Now, look at this. So we're going to need 14 crafting recipes, which means we're going to need 56 nether brick, 56 slag. Okay, we get 1 slag per steel that we make. So that means we need 56 iron. I don't think we have that much iron. Let's go back in here and take a look. Yeah, so 10. So I have 20 in there. This will be 40, 50, 52. That's 52. 4, 6. Great. Alright, so that should be, actually, if we craft all of these into steel, that should be all the steel that we need to make the blast furnace bricks. Alright, so what I've been doing for power, I've been kind of stealing this coal. This is too slow. Maybe I need 2 of these. I don't know. But again, we're just trying to limp by until we can get this other blast furnace up and running. I don't know that it takes fuel. I'm not exactly sure how it works. But putting in a block of coal is better than putting in 9 pieces of coal. Same thing goes with coal coke. I don't know if you noticed that, but let's see. Coal. I can spell. Okay, so you take this piece of coal here. See how it says burn time 1600? And this is 16,000? Well, that's a factor of 10, right? Well, it only takes 9 pieces of coal to make the block of coal. So if you use a block of something instead of the individual pieces, you're getting a free piece. So use blocks whenever possible back in those furnaces. Okay, so these are cooking up. Let's get these started. This doesn't have anything in it, so we'll just stick that in there. Yeah, these are not... Okay, so we're going to need to make a lot more of these than... yeah, we're going to need to make a lot more of these because it's gonna fill this up first. And then all those pieces are going to just hang out over here before they go over here. Alright, so let's take half of these. We'll stick that half over there and we'll get this starting to heat up. You see how this heat bar is slowly going to the right? That would go faster if we had these filled up with coils, but that only matters, the electric heater only is required to start the process. You see this progress bar isn't even working yet. Once this heat gets up to speed, these will stop consuming EU, and then these will start producing iron or steel. So these might be dropping. Yeah, even with the coal in them, because this is actually sucking a lot of power to try and heat this thing up. And that's fine. Like I said, once it gets fully heated up, it'll work really well. So in the meantime, I think I want to either go look for more tin, so that we can fill these up. I want a stack here and a stack here, and maybe 2 in here prepping. That way, maybe I'll make a second compressor and stick it down the line here or something, because I know we're going to need the compressor for other stuff. And I don't want to have to really sit here and maintain this as much as possible. I'd like to just be able to stick the pieces of iron in here and let it run. Yeah, okay. Anyway, we'll just keep an eye on that for the time being. Let's actually make... Yeah, let's toss these in there, because I think we're gonna need all of that. That's a lot of coal. I just put a whole stack of coal in there to heat these things up. Okay, that's heated up. This is going to start making steel, and see how slow that is? That's really slow. So once we have our first piece of steel, I'll make a flint and steel, and then we can go to the nether, and I'll pick up 56 of the nether brick, or nether brack, which we can smelt that into nether brick. And then I'll need to find some blaze, and I'll bring you back for that. Hey! So I'm not quite done. I did go to the nether and grab all the nether bricks that I needed. These are still crafting. I think these are going to take a long time to craft. But I've kind of worked out an idea here. If I take the universal fluid cells from over here and I leave like 3, transfer all of them over here so that I have enough. I think it's 4 of these. I think it takes 4,000. Actually, let's look at the recipe. Does this tell us how much? No, it does not. Okay. I was hoping that it told us how much. Oh, I don't need to smelt them? I can just put in the crushed? Sweet. Okay. That's good to know. I wish it would tell me how much of the air I need per thing. I think it's 4 per. But anyway, I don't know. But I also grabbed a ton of cobalt and ardite from the nether. It was uneventful. I shot out a gas a couple times. It ran away. But in the meantime, let's see. I want to make a cobalt pickaxe head, and I believe, actually, we're going to have to do something different. Remember how the smeltery does not double ores anymore? Yeah, we're going to have to do it this way. So, how's our power? Our power's okay. I feel like... Yeah. Anyway, so this is going to get me my... this is going to get me what I need to make my cobalt pickaxe head. And then I'm going to do... I'm going to take a look at the other pieces and do some math. Once I get the... Actually, yeah, I'm just going to do some math, and then I'll come back with what I have put together here. Alrighty, so I've done working on the math. Here, let me bring it over. I just grabbed up a Google spreadsheet thing here, and how the math works is, let me scroll all the way to the top and make this a little bit bigger here. There we go. So basically what I'm looking at is which the head is going to be really easy for me to figure out for my pickaxe. It's going to be cobalt, and the binding is really easy to pick. It's going to be ardite. But then if I'm going strictly for durability, what I did is I went through the book and I listed out all the different modifiers or different materials I can use for my handle, right? And then the modifier here takes the value of your durability and is a multiplier. So For example, this one here takes the total durability of this and divides it in half and then subtracts 50. So don't ever use stone as a handle, ever, 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 ever. Even in the beginning, just stick with wood. You're going to lose a lot of durability doing that. So what I did is I put in the formula here, adding these two cells together, and then I'm multiplying that by whatever the modifier is, and then I'm adding in the durability here. So I'm going to copy that formula all the way down, and we're going to come up with, let's sort, let's see, if I were to take these, move these over here, kind of off camera, and then bring this up, I could sort this by value. I don't know if A to Z is going to work. Yeah, there we go. Nope. Okay, so that didn't work at all. So let's just undo all of that. Let's see if I can just spot it here real quick. Copper. Is copper really the best one? 1376 pig iron. 1726 sponge. Wouldn't mind having silk touch on there. 1522 isn't bad. Ardite. Yeah, it looks like Ardite's going to be the best until I can get, oh, blue slime. 1549. I do have blue slime. Sponge would be the best, and then from there it would be, yeah, blue slime for as far as durability goes. So yeah, let's do that. Let's grab the blue sponge that I have in here, and we're just gonna do all of our tool rods out of blue sponge then, or blue slime. So I'm gonna, well, these three. We're gonna do something different with the sword. So that's, no, it's gonna need 4 each, right? So I'm gonna need 12. Bummer. I'm short. Okay. I wonder if I chop down the trees outside, if that will give me some more. I don't know. Because the leaves are blue, right? I do believe every once in a while when you chop down a tree, a slime tree, it'll drop the balls from that tree, from that color of the leaves. And I need to get a pressure plate there. So let's chop these down. We can replant them, of course. Yeah. Did I get a blue slime from that? No, doesn't look like it. I'm pretty sure that that has happened to me before. I'm not entirely sure that that's gonna happen again. Yeah, we'll just do 3 here. Yeah, it doesn't look like that was the thing. It gave me green, which is fine. Okay, I might have to go on a trek for another of the blue slime, but we'll just leave. I'm more concerned about my pickaxe, really, than anything else. The rest of them, the durabilities is just fine. So let's, do believe, I mean, these are trees. Might as well stick the saplings in the trees, right? So let's take 4 there. We'll do 1 of each of these. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not using my scroll wheel, it's because it's all messed up. My scroll wheel doesn't work real well. Otherwise, I would be doing that. It would be definitely better. Let's run this over to the smelter here. Cook that up real quick. Now see this here? This is collecting all the experience for me, and if I wanted to collect that, I sure could. Whoa! Where did you come from? That really scared me. Yeah, you stay in that corner. Okay, let's go searching for where that guy came from. Are those that turned on? No. Now it's on. Okay. So where did he come from? Man, that really startled me. He couldn't have come from in here. This is all lit up super big time. Seriously? There is no spawnable points in here. How in the world did he get in here? Because I don't think there's any spawnable points up here either. I have no idea how he got in. Well, that's why it scared me so much, because I did not expect that at all. Maybe he spawned in the corner here. And right there, and kind of glitched through. I should probably go through and light all that up, or just get rid of that altogether. Yeah, I'll do that later. Anyway, so I'm gonna craft up like a pretty awesome pickaxe here, and kind of see how we're coming. Oh, this has got gummed up. Bummer. So there's no fluid there. No fluid there. Yeah, that's the bad thing, right? So steel goes in there ever, and I'm not paying attention. Oh, he came from right up top of there. Yeah, that's where he came from. Okay. So, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Okay, I'll fix all that later. And I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, guys. So this is the next day for me. I've been just messing around here a little bit. I made another one of these. If you go ahead and make a second coke oven, which I don't think is a bad idea. You know, you burn oak wood in this one and coal in this one, and you'll have power for a while. You'll have at least charcoal to run, or coke, which is better, obviously. But you know, you have an inexhaustible resource of wood, so that's a nice alternative. I need to figure out a way to pull the creosote oil out of here more efficiently than just coming over here by buckets and making planks with it. Hopefully there's a solution that presents itself shortly. So I know that we're at the end of the episode here, but I wanted to show you something here. I think we're almost done with our steel. If you're gonna go ahead and make all of the steel required to make the immersive engineering blast furnace, prepare yourself to take at least 3 hours. I think it took me about 3 hours to cook down everything. And I kind of want to show you what I did to kind of automate that, make it a little bit less stressful on you. I dug this out because I'm going to be making a couple hoppers here, and hoppers are actually not that expensive now. Once you have all of the aluminum brass you need for tinkers, go ahead and start using your bauxite and turn that into aluminum. Here, let's head back here. I wanna just rock this out real quick. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I don't have to turn these into. Oh, sweet, good. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I don't have to turn those into the metal plates or whatever. The nice thing about having stuff down here is I can bring that fluid from the coke ovens down if I want to. So I'm just gonna stick a couple hoppers underneath each of those things into this chest. That way, whenever we make something with those, you know, say some more firewood or something, it'll automatically just pop itself out. And the only difference now is we need to be able to automatically fill here and maybe automatically drain here and here, and then we'll have this thing completely automated, and that'd be kind of fun. Yeah, so we're moving right along. I did go ahead and make this up here, this system up here, transfer pipes. Let me show you what these are. Transfer pipes are not that bad. You need the transfer node as well. You'll need probably just 2 of these. I have a third one on here. I'm not sure that it's working. So go ahead and just make 2 for now. So I just showed you how to make a hopper. It's with aluminum instead of iron. You'll need 2 redstone and 2 stone, specifically stone, and then this transfer pipe. The transfer pipe is going to need the stone slabs. You can make this with andesite if you want to save your resources and not smelt your cobblestone into stone. Glass is pretty easy to come by, and then these hopper ducts aren't too bad. So it's 3 aluminum ingots around 1 wood plank here gives you 4 hopper ducts. So making 1 crafting recipe of this will let you create 2 transfer pipes or 2 transfer nodes according, you know, as well. So how you have this set up, and you want to craft something called this item filter here. Item filters are not that bad. They're just sticks and redstone and string. You get string if you don't have a farm set up similar to me. You get string from these things here. This flaxseed. Every time you break one of these, you get 5 string. So you should be able to have. You don't have to kill spiders for the string. You should have string for days at this point. And then what you do is you take that item filter and you just right click on it in your inventory, and then you can stick in here you know, the representation. It doesn't actually consume, you know, I don't actually have a steel ingot in here. It's just a picture of it, you know, to tell the filter what to pull out. So if a steel ingot or slag ever made it into the blast furnace here, it'd pull it out and stick it into this chest. So you'll see that we're done with we're done here, and we're done here. So we have all that we need. No way. I feel like I'm gonna be short by 2. Nope. Sweet. Okay, so now all I need to do is get the blaze rods, and I was gonna do that off camera and I totally forgot. Let me go see if I can find let me go see if I can find a fortress, and then all you need is 3 because 3 blaze rods, because each blaze rod you stick in a macerator turns into 5 blaze dust or whatever they're called. So that'll be 15. That'll be more than we need. So I did also upgrade my Tinker's tools. I'll tell you what I did, so that way you can make them as well between this episode and next if you'd like. I went ahead with a a cobalt pickaxe head, an ardite binding, and a blue slime handle. For my shovel and my hatchet, I went with ardite head and binding, and the blue slime handle. I'd like to probably turn both of those into sponges if I can ever find a sponge. For the sword, this is so precarious. I'm gonna have to come in here with some other tools. I don't see a fortress right off the bat. Ender pearls would be really helpful right about now, or flight. Okay, so for my sword, I did a Manulin sword, like the actual blade is Manulin. And then I did a bone handle, as well as a netherrack. I'm sorry, a bone crossguard and a netherrack handle. And that's actually really, really good for fighting non-nether stuff. In the nether, it's not too big of a deal. I can use my bow. But yeah, specifically, this sword is decent versus non-nether. And then, of course, once we get all of the nether quartz on there for the sharpness, I'm also going to put a repairing on there. Once I get 10 levels here, I'm gonna make repairing. It would be the equivalent to mending on there. So the bow, let's talk about the arrow real quick. I went ahead and did a feather fletching. I did a sugarcane arrow shaft, and I did a Manulin arrow head, and that gives me 143 arrows to shoot, which is fantastic. That's gonna last me a while. And for the actual bow, I have just a string, and I did Manulin for these parts here. So that gives me +4 damage on top of the 11.72. So I'm doing 15 damage, almost 16 damage with my bow without any sharpness upgrades, which I think is actually pretty good. So if you guys want to copy that, you totally can. I didn't necessarily do the bow based off of like any kind of particular math. I know that the Manulin arrowhead is probably I know that the feather is the best because that puts the accuracy right up to 100%, and I know that the sugarcane arrow shaft is the best because it gives it like the best range or something like that. So some of those things I know are pretty good, and so I'm pretty excited about the bow, the long bow that I've got here. Or is this a short bow? It's a short bow, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go around and see if I can find something. I will be back in a jiff. Okay, I found it. So I kind of brought you back. I kind of came back here so I could kind of show you how I found it. Came around here, and then I was messing around down there. But if we come around this corner over here, I'm gonna dug this out a little bit, and then we go this direction over here by the lava. This is all super precarious because there's I don't think there's anything underneath me. Like, I'm just living on one level of netherrack, and yeah. There it is. There's the fortress, and it's a beautiful fortress. Getting over there might be tricky because, let's see the range on this thing. A little low. Boom! One shot, one kill. Awesome. I did not get anything from that, though. Not gonna get anything from that. Yeah, I think I might have to go back to the overworld. Oh man, I'm scared. I think I might go to the overworld, back to the overworld, grab some cobblestone, come back here, and kind of build this out a little bit. To make a little safe passage over there, a little bit safer than what I'm rocking right now. You know, my netherrack. I'm not gonna like pillar out with netherrack. That's stupid. So yeah. Okay, it's not pretty, but it works. Oh man, look at that accuracy. It's terrible. It's not 100%. Boom! I hit him. This guy might be a problem. Snipe. Oh man, this is fantastic. I want to get that guy over there. I hope there's a way down. Oh, shoot. I don't want to hit any pigmen. I'm pretty sure that was not a pigman. Pigman? I like that there better. That's not really in. That doesn't really get me in. There's a blaze spawner over there, I believe. Oh man, there's some blaze right here. Hello. Don't want to hit the pigman. Don't hit the pigman. Oh, he didn't die after all. That's amazing. Good for you, dude. Good for you. How did that? Oh, I just knocked him down here. Now remember, I only need 3 of these blaze rods. I don't need to go crazy here. I just want to get my blast furnace up and running, and then we'll call it the episode. This draw speed isn't bad for Manulin. I mean, for being like a hard metal, like I'm actually pretty impressed. He despawned. He's not going to despawn, and I'm not going to get his drops. Whoa! Pigmen are mad at me. I inadvertently hit a pigman. And of course there's a ghast. Oh man, look at that! That accuracy. That is amazing. Oh, I'm on fire. I didn't want to dance too much because it would take me off the ledge into the lava. Did I get what I want? Did I get what I need? Just give me 3. I have 1? I have 2. Where's this other one? Is there like a spawner in there or something? Whew, man, that was like an army of blaze. Just like straight up. I see you. I see you coming at me. Give me that tier of evil. Or whatever it's called. That would be legit. Okay, let's go in. Let's go in here, I guess. Yeah. I need to put looting on this sword. That would be amazing. There's a trick. I guess I could put looting on the bow, too. Still only 2. That's lame. That is lame. Okay, well. Let's run around inside, I guess, and see what we can find. because I do kind of want to wrap this episode up a little bit. Kind of doing too much. I just want to finish the episode. That's all I want to do. Just give me one more blaze rod. And then we can build the blast furnace and just be happy. Happy for the rest of our lives. I think this is going to be a dead end. Oh, that's valuable. Wow. Thank you. Diamonds. I love it. I love it. All right. I'm just going to, yeah, I think I might just cut and grab the rest of these off camera. We can come back and explore more. There it is. Did it go down to the depths? It did. It is gone. It's way down there. Oh yeah. I'll just get this and be back. I'll meet you back at the base. Okay, the blaze rods are cooked up, as is my dinner. And let's go ahead and make this real quick and call it an episode. Oh man, I'm so excited about this. Blast furnace from Immersive Engineering. Who'd have thought that it would be so complicated? Let's just make sure we don't have anything spawning in here. Okay, so this is just like the coke oven. So let's see. Just gonna get some more. I did rearrange in this room quite a lot, didn't I? Okay, so we're gonna put these up here. That way they're easy to put on now, and we can just fill this in. And then I'm assuming we're gonna need that special hammer to turn this thing on, right? The, what is it, engineer's hammer? Yeah, probably. Now, yeah, how does this work? Do I just put iron in here and call it good? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Do I have iron? I don't even have iron to test it. Let's find out. I would imagine that I'm going to need something other than... I think memory tells me that I'm going to need that creosote oil. Maybe creosote and the iron together make it. I don't know. So I might have to do a transfer node with water, with fluids. So bucket instead of, oh, that's a lot cheaper. So bucket instead of a hopper. So let's stick this in here and see if anything happens. Oh, I need fuel. Oh, wow. Sure enough. So I just need fuel. Okay. I need a lot of fuel. And that's faster? Really? I mean, and how is this better? I don't understand. So, I'm using charcoal to burn, to make EU, to make iron into steel. And I'm using charcoal here, just burning it to make steel. It's the same thing. Like, it's exactly the same, but now I have a third way of making steel. So I take 4 charcoal per piece of steel. That is a lot quicker, I suppose. A lot quicker from super duper slow is still slow. I'm curious to see if it gives me slag. Is it maybe 5 pieces of charcoal? No. Yeah, sure enough. Oh, it does give me slag. A different kind of slag. Okay. Alright, well there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Super long. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at that. I have a goal in mind that I want to accomplish in the episode, and sometimes it takes me longer than normal. Yeah. Anyway, you guys have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.